Hey designers, and welcome back. Today we're going to be working on this fun and festive patriotic centerpiece, so stick around. 4th of July is one of my favorite holidays, you guys. I love to celebrate every summer, and this year we're going to do it in style with this beautiful centerpiece. You will need just a few items from the Dollar Tree to get yourself started. You'll need 3 of the 10 pails. I found 3 different designs in my store and wanted 1 of each. Some floral foam, the patriotic sticks, some of the diamond wrap in the blue and red, a package of table scatter, pre-painted craft sticks, and the gift basket shred in blue, red, and white. The first thing we need to do is get our floral foam down inside of our little tin buckets. That was a little bit too wide just to slip right down inside, so you will notice I'm adding a little bit of pressure to the top to give myself a template of where to cut the foam. This will ensure that it'll fit perfectly down inside those little pails. I continued working my way around with this little X-Acto knife until I had a perfect little circle and slipped it right inside, but I noticed it was way too short. So instead, I decided to stand the foam up on its side and slip it down in, and I'll just cut some pieces to size to fit down on the sides. Once I had all my foam in place, it was time for me to decide exactly how I wanted to glue together my little tin buckets. Make sure that you put the design that you want to be most visible on the front, because that is what people will see when they first come in. You'll notice here that I'm going to take the 3rd little bucket and glue it right on top of the other 2, so I wanted to make sure those stars and stripes were showing. Now it's time to take a little bit of that hot glue and just place it right on the rim of the bucket where the top pail will rest. Apply some good pressure for a few minutes, and once that has set in place, reinforce it with just a little bit more hot glue right there where the 2 buckets connect. And we're going to do the same thing right over here on the other side. Make sure you hold it tight, and once it's set, flip it upside down to give it a little more reinforcement as you put that hot glue right on the bottom. Reinforcing your glue in this manner will ensure that you get many uses out of this little centerpiece. Now that all of our buckets are securely in place, this is what our design is looking like. Can you tell it is going to be spectacular? At this point, we're ready to go ahead and connect together some of our craft sticks. You will need 6 of the blue and 6 of the red, and we're going to glue them end to end just like this. This is going to make our sticks just a little bit taller. Continue this process until all of your pieces have been put together. At this point, you should have 3 long blue sticks and 3 long red ones. Now it's time to cut some of our diamond wrap to size. We need 3 strips of blue and 3 strips of red. We're going to glue this right down the front of our sticks. Be very careful that you get it in the center because we want it to look nice and tailored. Many of you have asked about those little finger protectors, so I'll have a link for you down below right where I purchased them from. Now it's time to flip those sticks over and give a little bit of reinforcement right there at the joint. At this point, we're going to wrap the little stick on our pendant with some more of that diamond wrap. And if you want to see full details on exactly how to measure this out, then be sure to watch my DIY from yesterday on the mini little pails. We're doing it the exact same way, leaving about 1 inch to 1.5 inches free at the bottom because that is the part that will stick inside of our bucket. Down inside that little package of table scatter, you will find the word America. You'll find it in red, white, and blue. I'm going to be taking some of the white ones to glue on top of our blue sticks and some of the blue ones to glue on top of our red sticks. And then I'm going to also glue some of the little stars. Again, red and white will go on the blue, and on the red sticks we'll place the blue and white. Make sure you leave enough room at the bottom because these will need to stick inside the foam. And this is what you have now so that we can get ready to go ahead and assemble the rest of our centerpiece. When putting together a centerpiece, I always like to start with the centerpiece. That is going to be our tall little stick with that pendant on the top. Make sure when you put this inside that you put it in straight up and down. That means it's going to sit inside the foam at a little bit of a diagonal. Place just a little bit of hot glue so that it can have a little longevity in there, and go ahead and stick it right down in the very center. Next up, we're going to begin placing our little sticks where we put the diamond wrap. This is just going to be a personal preference. I decided to put a red one and a blue one in both of the little end pails, and then I only needed 1 more for the center pail. So it turns out I only needed 5 sticks instead of 6. So that's something to keep in mind. At this point, this is exactly what it should be looking like, both ends mirroring each other. Now we need to cover over that unsightly foam, and to do that I'm going to use some of the shred. I'm simply going to take some hot glue and glob it all over top of that foam and then start placing the shred inside. Make sure that you get a nice combination of the red, white, and blue, and don't forget to trim it around the edges. Now we can place some of those little foam stars that are in the package of table scatter. Just place a little bit of glue right on the tip and then stand the stars upright, holding them in place until they finally grab hold and stand secure. And this is what the little stars will look like once they're all inside the buckets. You can add as many of the stars as you would like or as few as you would like. Just make sure to incorporate red, white, and blue. And now here is that beautiful, fun, and festive 4th of July centerpiece, or really any patriotic holiday. I've simply just put it over top of my table with a red table runner and one of those beautiful scarves from the Dollar Tree that you've already seen me use in other projects around here. It just ties the whole space all together. I want to thank all of you so very much for watching and hope you have a wonderful celebration this year.